Camellia Bowl, Montgomery, Alabama, Georgia Southern, and Buffalo. Georgia Southern, 3.5-point favorites, 64 being the total in this game. I mean, you talk about an unimpressive limp your way to the finish line to get into a bowl game. It really doesn't get as unimpressive as what Buffalo did down the stretch. I mean, they blew opportunities to get to a bowl game, blew a game against Central Michigan, blew another game against Kent State, and it looked like they were on pace to lose to Akron last week before they rescued it with a very late game-winning touchdown drive in the fourth quarter to barely beat Akron by a single point as double-digit favorites. I know Conor Mack and I last week on the show, we made the case for Akron plus the points. Can't trust this Buffalo team right now, and it was a wire-to-wire point spread job for Akron in that game. You know, it's just the defense hasn't been as good. I find the offenses, turn the ball over too much. That's been an issue. 0-4 against the spread coming into this game for Buffalo. Not very good from a point spread standpoint. Georgia Southern, 51-48, thrilling victory against App State in overtime in their final regular season game. What a football game that ended up being. That snapped a 3-game losing streak for them. We'll see if they can carry over that success here to this bowl game. And you know what? I think there's a hidden little element here in this game. We've got Kyle Van Treese, the quarterback of Georgia Southern, a Buffalo transfer. You think he's maybe excited to maybe beat his old team here in this game, play his old team and beat them?
Yes.
I would think so here. So I think that should incentivize. And he's looked like a much better quarterback throwing the ball than he ever did at Buffalo. Of course, that was a run-heavy offense there. They had Patterson. They had some great running backs at Buffalo when he was there, and he just wasn't as polished a pocket passer as he is now. He's developed into one here at Georgia Southern. I think that's a little angle that you want to factor in here to this game. Georgia Southern, of course, last year was a disaster. They turned to Clay Helton, not my favorite coach, but the job he's done here is pretty admirable. The last time we saw Georgia Southern in a bowl 2 years ago, Louisiana Tech, they won and covered, and they won 38-3. I mean, they absolutely destroyed Louisiana Tech in that game. The year before that, they played Liberty in a bowl game. They were 5.5-point favorites. They lost that game, but the year before that, they won their bowl game 23-21 against Eastern Michigan. So seeing a little bit of everything from Georgia Southern. And like I say, I don't bet a ton of favorites the first half of the bowl slate, but this is a favorite I am considering taking, and that is Georgia Southern here, just laying a little bit more than a field goal. What do you think here, Conor?
Yeah, I don't love the little more than the field goal, but I like them too here a little bit. I thought Buffalo, man, talk about they shouldn't be here, but they got in. I don't want to back this team. They just weren't the same the second half of the year. I thought they got worse defensively. I don't think the offense is very good. And I think Van Treese, wants some revenge. He threw it well, I thought, all year long. Now, this total's high. I think there's points. But I'm worried they're just going to be a little too much on the ground, and this could stay under. Clock might tick, but who knows? I just know there'll be some points. I just don't know if it gets over in the end. Buffalo should want to run it, against Georgia Southern. Just hand it off. And it should be close, but I think Georgia Southern, a little bit better team. I don't love the hook here. Something about it, but I think they win this game.